Hello again, and for today, I am going to be delving into the backlog of all the commentaries that I wanted to get through, starting with this one. So, I got a lot of stuff in the works. I'm combing over the list. I'm listening to older commentaries to make sure that I didn't just say, oh, I'm going to do this later. So, that will be done while we're all, stuck in lockdown, stuck in quarantine. And, there will be a lot of these that focus on some self-improvement topics that I've been kind of pondering at, not only to discuss with a wider audience, but have been inflecting on internally and looking inward in myself to see if this is kind of the stuff that I need to be constantly doing, or at least acknowledging every once in a while. So forgive me if I get maybe preachy with some of the stuff that we're, gonna cover with some of these videos upcoming, but I don't know, I just wrote down the title and then thought about the kind of points I wanted to make, and now I have a couple of these in the works, in the pipeline. So let's get to it. The title of this commentary, obviously, as you're watching this, you see is Be More Self-Aware. Now, what does this mean, and why did I want to look into this kind of subject matter? Well, I notice in my generation that, there's obviously an incredible amount of vanity, of arrogance, of not being able to genuflect, look inward, understand what your actions are doing to your surroundings. And I gotta say, it's really strange that, no one has really tackled this kind of stuff yet. It's really weird that a lot of the problems that not only people in my generation but in other generations are causing is because they're not looking inward. They're not asking themselves the kind of questions that they should be asking. And so the big one that I'm going to start this commentary with is to always ask yourself, am I the bad guy? That dumb meme of those British Nazis in that obvious fucking comedy show where they go, are we the baddies? It's no one in my generation, at the very least, which is millennial, really kind of does this. They always are, outwardly pushing and virtue signaling these ideas of, I am the greatest, I want to help change the world, man, and I want to impact positively on my surroundings, man. And it's just yeah, but you're fucking up everything for everyone around you. So it's I don't know. Once I started kind of asking myself this question, I've been more able to understand what kind of impact I'm actually putting out there, and judging my previous actions, not only from recent history, but from further back history, and some of the bigger key events in my life, and really trying to learn and grow. And I feel like that's always the best question to ask yourself in order to be more self-aware. Because, without self-awareness, it is hard to assess what is wrong or what can be done to improve your situation, improve your standing, improve, every aspect of your daily life. So in order to do one of these problem solution commentaries, I'm going to start with a series of 3 questions that are different from the main one. These 3 include, what am I doing, what is wrong around me, and what can be done to fix things. So this is the kind of stuff that I think if you just were to break it down very simply, you'd be able to figure out what is wrong. And I don't know, I don't think I have much to pontificate further. I've obviously reached the bottom of my notes based on the many pauses I'm taking right now. So with all that being said, I think there is a lot of room for self-improvement for literally anyone, even myself included. I'm trying now to constantly be improving, especially with the given situation that we're all in. It's easy to just sit back, watch Netflix, and fucking forget about the world around you as you have successfully hoarded enough materials and supplies to not have to run outside. But there's so much that people could be doing right now. Like, I see all the popular kids and pretty people fucking going on Instagram and, like, tagging each other in these workout-a-thons, drink-a-thons, dance-a-thons. I don't know. It's just like this series of just either self-improvement or just blatant narcissism. And, I think the more people engage in that second thing, in that blatant narcissism, the more problems we are going to be having as a generation, once we not only get out from this, but continue with the lives that we're currently living. It's like, I don't think that people have really had a chance to kind of look inward in a very long time. And I'm starting to see it not only in my immediate surroundings, but with some of the stuff I've been listening to commentary wise. There are a lot of people talking about like this whole genuflection thing that's going on, because for so long people have been, these wages people have been working for the weekend, and now they can't really do that because they can't fucking go outside. And now it is kind of dawning on them that, oh my fucking God, do I have a personality? Am I a real person? Is this a simulation? Is this just what my life has been about for so fucking long, and now I have to just live with the consequences of my actions? And some of this shit is hilarious, but at the same time, it's like, it could be a black pill if you do not get this shit in order. If you do not get your life in order, you will drown yourself in a sea of black pills known as depression. And after a certain point, you gotta stop and self-assess. You gotta fucking figure out, am I the bad guy? Am I the one doing wrong here? And I think that's what a lot of people are going to have to face. So, in conclusion, this is just kind of my thoughts and ideas of what you can do to increase your level of self-awareness, not only for yourself, but for your immediate surroundings. And so that you can actually improve instead of just sitting there wasting away. And yeah, this is going to have to be something that I think a lot of people are going to have to deal with at some point. So, to all the people that choose not to and choose to just sit there and let life go by and, it become incredibly narcissistic because you're just trying to push your values out onto the world rather than see if you're the one doing wrong here, you better fucking tread lightly, because in the end of the day, you will be the one at fault.